You know, I used to realize this. I was playing like jazz music, like free copyright jazz music, and I completely forgot to unmute the audio from my computer, and that is quite funny, in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie, that is just extremely funny. Cause like I'm like supposed like I'm preparing my like setup and everything. Like I start like setting up the stream. I had like my little like errors here and there, but I'm like, yeah, everything is fine. Everything should be what's it called? Everything should be way like a little more fixed. Once I checked it out, it was just like, yeah, I've completely forgot about that. That's just funny. And here I am just vibing to like jazz music, and when I look at it, it's just like completely forgot about that. Anyways, if anything, I don't know, I'll probably just leave it as it is. It was just 3 minutes of dead silence. Anyways, Anime Summer 2022. Let's begin. For this, I'm not really going to cover every single show because I'm not really per se interested on them. Because I'm just going to be looking at whatever I think is interesting per se. At least for me, because shows that I'm not really that interested, it's just something that I'm not really going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to be watching that. Then I'll be like, and the next 5 minutes is like, why would I be watching that? I'm not really even like interested on it. And I feel like it's going to be a waste of time just me looking at shows that I'm not interested. Just got a short. I'm just gonna be looking at shows that I'm interested and probably be looking at some trailers if what's it called? Big Papa YouTube doesn't give me copyright, because the last time I made a stream and had like copyright material, literally every single song that I used for that stream got claimed, and on top of that they monetize the video so they can make money out of it, which is extremely funny because I'm not making any revenue out of this, so I'm not losing anything. Like I'm not losing money. Like let's say they like bigger YouTubers where they get like copyright claims for things that they don't use. Yeah, that happened to me. I'm not really gonna go into detail about it because it's just funny. Because to me, mostly because I'm not losing nothing out of it, if that makes sense. It's not really my loss. Anyways, let's begin. Starting with why am I forgetting your name? Starting with that there was a part-timer. Honestly, I really like that first season. That first season was super fun, super enjoyable. And I'm not gonna lie, when I started watching before I started watching the first season, I was like against watching it. Then my friend was like, yeah, just watch it, man, just watch it. Like, he kept being persistent about it. So I was like, alright, I'm just gonna look at like an episode or so. I can't say I binge watched the whole season. I don't really remember anymore. But I saw it was a really great show. And this is pretty much season 2. Let me just do this real quick. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine.
パパはサタン
え決めた。アラスラムスは魔王城が保護する。
Wait.
Hanas.
Wait, who's that? What's the girl's name? It's not Mike or Kai. I want to say, who's the lady who made the first opening? I have to look it up. I have to look it up. Anyways, let me, you know what? Let me just stop this real quick. And so I look it up.
選択肢狭すぎだ。
もうかわいい。人事だと思って気楽に言わないでよ。
あれ、ご飯。黙れ。
I want to say the animation looks
壁一枚隔てた私
better.
何度も叩き起こされたからな。
元気になったか
I'm not saying that the first season had bad animation, but the second season looks
少し
more.
顔が赤いようで
I
す
don't know, the colors looks
また
more
マーサの
vivid.
ことなんか揉めてんの？
明日でこの店は
But
閉
it
まる
also has like the classic,
一等1万円ですか。
like
任せろ。言っとく
I
けど
don't know.
星ですからね。
行こうか。セフィロトの木をあるべき姿に戻すために。
あの女です。だから聞いたんだ。なんで助けたのか。来たんじゃない。円光映画。
ねえママはパパとずっと一緒？ええ。死が二人を分かつまでね。今やることは一つだと思いますよ。
しゃっきりしなさい魔王サダオ。遠い世界の魔王なんだろ。
おいエミ、お前今日泊まってけ。
Honestly, that wasn't as bad as I expected to be. I don't want to say that this was like essentially bad, but I don't know. It looks interesting. I don't know how to like phrase it in a way that makes sort of like sense, or in a way to like make it sound good. Because there's nothing bad with it. The animation looks good. It doesn't look like choppy, and the art style feels like, I won't say improve, even though like the word improve is more of like up on the air, because like our technology has advanced for quite some time, and some shows looks better than others. But let me pull this up right now. And yeah, like, so I probably say something I was expecting is let me mute this real quick. Is this? So my first question is, how did they have a kid? Is it something that was like created to like magical powers, like almost every other like fantasy story that I have came across with? I do want to find something real quick in the meantime, because I'm pretty sure it should be somewhere. I need to find this out. I need to find this out. This is gonna bother the shit out of me if I don't find it. Just give me a second. Oh my goodness. This is a stuff. Minami Kuribayashi. That's what I was looking for. I was thinking about. What does Sarama make Rukai? That's a whole different areas. Anyways, after I found that, I solved the mystery. Yeah, this is actually a little bit more interesting. The animation looks more stylish per se, but it doesn't really lose the sense of itself. No, well, actually, stylish is not really the right word. I really want to say it's upgraded, but then again, animation keeps evolving I won't say either every season or every year, but it evolves at a certain degree, like at least a season. There's like new qualities and different things coming up in terms of animation that makes things incredible, like different. But if I have to say, at least on this scene only, it gives me like a sense of like early like 2018, 2019, maybe latest 2016. Maybe. I don't know why. It's just probably me. But even the color palette looks different. Even the color palette makes me feel, like think of it like differently. Even though it's probably the same color palette as the original, it looks different. I don't know what like what is it about, but there's something that I can't really like point it out. Anyways, I'm probably excited for this season, or at least for this show coming up. That I don't know. That's probably something I'm really looking forward to. Rent a Girlfriend. Oh my god, this is I have a serious hate-love relationship with the series, and this is just my opinion, mostly because I have been reading the manga since probably before it got announced, and never got announced. And the story, the story quality is good. The concept of renting a girl is interesting. I really like the concept of it. At some degree, you may say it's just prostitution work. In at some degree, even though Japanese people see it as different because they're not really selling sexual favors. But that's just a whole different concept. Anyways, I really find this, like the concept of renting somebody out, really interesting. But I'm not really going to go involved on that topic. But the thing that I really hate, and I say it in I don't want to say it with a passion, but in a reasonable standard, because people who have read and seen the anime, read the manga and seen the anime, comprehends what I'm talking about. The main protagonist is a complete imbecile, and I cannot stand him. The more that I read, the more disgusted I felt, but the more I kept reading it. Because it's just, well, not disgusted, I think I'm using, I'm exaggerating on my terms. It's more cringy. I feel more cringy looking at the protagonist, and I'm just like, why, man? Why do you have to go such lengths? You have a girl's coming up to you, be like, hey, I'm ready to give up my lifestyle of being a rental girlfriend in order to be with you, and the guy's like, yeah, I get you. Like, it's cool. Just give me a minute. Let me go simp on this girl, who I mean, like, essentially paying for like almost probably a year, just to make my ex jealous. But then I get back to you once I feel like it, and it's just it gets so convoluted of lies, and it's just a whole different topic. It's just a whole different topic. Anyways, I'm going to cut off my whole rant, because like I can probably go longer than what I'm trying to go for, and yeah. Anyways, the second season of Kanojo Okirishima's a hopeless how do I spread that, college student Kinoshita Kazuya meets a graceful rental girlfriend Misuhara Chizuru uh, ends up introducing her as his girlfriend to his family and friends. Time goes on, with Kazuya unable to tell the truth as he surrounded by devilish ex-girlfriend Nanami Mami, who keeps coming back to tempt him for some reason. Hyper-aggressive provisional girlfriend Shina Ruka, who doesn't know how to take no for an answer. A super shy but diligent and hardworking younger rental girlfriend. Sakurasawa Sumi, beautiful girlfriends of all type. The pub, the beach, hot springs, Christmas, and New Year. Having gone through these challenges events, Kazuya feeling for Chizuru keep growing stronger, but she reveals a shocking through the strengths that shake their relationship to the very core. I'm not really going to go into like deep on the manga portion of it, but I believe that's probably going to cover the Christmas event if that hasn't happened yet, and it gets really really sad. And yeah, let's just watch the trailer because like me getting deep into oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that to you. Give me a second. No. Oh. I'm all over the place now. Anyways, let's begin with this. I do gotta say I really like the voice actors. But I do gotta say screw mommy. I don't know why. Just screw mommy. And
彼氏にご飯作るのってこんな気持ちなんだなって。
俺は水原一筋だから。
約束なの。いつか女優になるっておじいちゃんとの。それが私の夢。だから残されたおばあちゃんに私がスクリーンに立っている姿を見せたい。
俺が彼女を支えてみせる。
彼女になってあげる。
惚れたら全部負け戦だ。情熱しか武器はない。
も
ooh,
う他の子なんて
romantic.
考えられねえ。
あの子は小さい頃から甘えん坊でね。でも本当の彼女を受け止めてくれる
I don't know if I should lower the volume or not, or just talk over it because it's just a little bit more complicated because it has like opera music.
好きよ。好き。
Oh my goodness! Just when I saw it was over. You know what? I'm just gonna mute the music, and yeah, sorry about that. You know what? Fuck it.
それならお主ら同棲とかは考えとらんのか
That was perfect timing. That was just perfect timing. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, oh, speaking of the devil, I haven't caught up to the manga, so that's spoilers to me. That's just spoilers to me, I guess. Because I heard the manga got really really bad down the road. So yeah, as of right now, at least for me, I'm just getting the physical books. I'm probably going to go back to reading it online, but I gotta support the author somehow. And yeah. Anyways, based from what I can tell here, it hasn't reached that point of the Christmas event. But that's just a whole different topic. I love that girl. I'm sorry, she's like the cutest thing ever. Even though she barely had any screen time on season one, from what I've heard, because I never finished season one. I'll be honest about that. So I'm probably gonna be bench watching that one, even though I'm probably gonna cringe all the way through and probably going to stop watching it whatever comes first. But I'll probably do it just for this beautiful lady. Anyways, that sounds so cringy. Fuck. Anyways, but from where it seems to be, it hasn't reached that point. And based from what I can see on this screen and this screen, it's something that I don't know if I should spoil it. You know what? I'm not gonna spoil it. It's gonna be shown as in probably within a week or roughly 10 days, because Anisha says it's coming up in 10 days. So yeah. Anyways, I do gotta say I'm slightly pleased, or I'm mostly pleased, because Chico with Honeyworks is making the OP, and that really, and she makes really good music, at least in my opinion. Yeah. There's also that scene where okay, I get it now. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not. But the animation looks actually good. I like this. I'm probably be praising like almost all the animation, honestly, mostly because I really like the ideas of our style, and as you can probably guess, based on my own like little thumbnails and all that kind of stuff, I try to draw my own stuff, even though I'm pretty trash at it. But if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be a little bit more focused on Shizuru Double Life. No. It's going to be focused on more on like the lie of the concept of him being lying to essentially everybody, and he's gonna have a slightly character development, and then he's gonna go backtrack, like almost in probably every other episode. I do gotta say I find it like perfect timing on this, because at the moment I said, oh, anyways, and there's that grandma asking for diapers, so that's one. That's a funny thing. I find that funny. I don't know why. So yeah, probably gonna catch up on that, at least on the first season. If not, then I'm probably gonna skip the first season and just jump to the second one, because once again, I have read the manga. Like physically, what in terms of physical volumes, on volume 10. In terms of like reading it online, is I want to say a little bit further, but I honestly don't remember. Anyways, Overlord. I'll be honest, I stopped watching Overlord after season 3, episode 1, I believe. And don't get me wrong, I don't think it's a bad show, by all means. I think it's pretty decent, pretty good. I just completely forgot about it. Um, yeah, there's that situation with me. I do sing shows and just forget at times on things that what's it called, that I really find enjoyable or I really want to keep watching. And you know what? Let's look this up. Overlord season 4 trailer. I think I've seen the first trailer. But yeah. Anyways, I was double checking it, because I mean it doesn't really have any description of it. It only says fourth season, but for some reason my brain was like double check on that. Anyways, let's begin with this. Let's see how this goes. Cause I'm a little excited.
アンデッドが支配する国か地獄ではないか。
私はまだ戦える。
想郷を作ってやろう。甘い蜜に浸したような優しい夢の世界を。父上、
Wait,
したいことがございます。
Mayu Mashima.
出来の悪い妹みたいなんだよね。
What's it called?
負けるなよ。
I recognize her name. That's isn't that the one that sing the opening for ReZero Part 2? Called Part 2 because it's technically the second part of the second season.
これは踏み絵だ。この俺では知略で奴には
Oh.
勝てない。
私は望んでいる。
Wait, isn't this OST?
真の冒険者となることを。
Yeah. I recognize this name easily. And the animation looks great though. I think season 3 came out. Ooh. I think season 3 came out on 2020? I think?
世界に広めよう。この魔導王のもとにこそ永遠の繁栄があるということを。
Season...
今一番不幸なのは
Oh, I thought I said the beat on this theme song is just catchy as fuck. Just pointing that out. It actually came out in 2018. I had the feeling that it came out in 2018, but I wasn't sure of it. Mentally, I was like, yeah, it's 2018. But physically, but I probably said 2020, even though like I had the hunch of that. Anyways, I honestly don't really have much completion of like the whole story of it. I mean I want to say spoilers, but I don't really think it has, or there's a lot of spoilers in a sense. Mostly because what's it called? The show has been out for, I want to say, over 4 years at least. Starting with season 3, because I don't know when the first season started. I can probably just do this easily. Season 1 came out on 2015. So it's been roughly about 4 years since no, 7 years. I 4 years since season 3 was released. 7 years since season 1 got released. And the animation looks, I want to say it's okay-ish. But then again, I don't really think at times when it comes to certain shows, animation matters that much as far as like the story stands out the most. And I feel like in terms of for Overlord, the animation speaks more, the story speaks more by itself more than the animation. And I feel like season 4 is going to bring more depth into the story more than the other 3 previous seasons. And the art style is just going to be there because I believe, if my memory doesn't fail me, Overlord also has a lot of CGI. And I want to say the CGI stand out like a sore thumb. But then again, as I said before, animation can look different as time progresses. So who knows? As far as I can say on what's it called? I want to say like around here, for example, this stands out like a sore thumb. And I don't know how exactly are they going to be bringing that up, like this scene is going to come up, like the scene beforehand. But if it kind of stands out, and let's say something like this, or I can probably skip it around there, something like there. It feels like a little bit CGI-ish. Because based on the way he's holding and the way he's fighting, it looks more of a CGI creature or design more than a 2D design. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm really looking forward how they're going to implement the CGI on this one. So I don't really have like that too much to talk about that. So, anyways, welcome to the boss. I can't even do that. I was gonna say welcome to the ballroom, even though those are two different shows. But I'm looking forward if they ever make Welcome to the Ballroom season 2, because the first one was pretty damn great. Anyways, Yokoso Jitsuru Jitsuryoku Chiyo Shugi no Kyoshitsu is second season. I probably butchered that out. I believe is Welcome to the Classroom of the Lead. Season 1 had me at the edge of my seat because it was such a pretty dark, great series. And it's more of a psychological theme, more than like just slice of life type of series. Because protagonist is just OP somehow. But instead of like girls like I want to say like just throwing the panties at them, the protagonist is like, oh yeah, cool, I guess. I just want to like live a normal life, possibly, if my memory doesn't fail me. Welcome to the classroom of the lead. Lead season 2. I really gonna say I'm looking forward to this. That's just me. And I believe, in terms of the line level, as of right now, there is a sequel line level called Classroom of the Lead second year, I believe. If I'm not mistaken that out, I'm probably mixing it up with a different story. But I believe it's this. This has grunting. I believe this has a second season. Or a sequel line level. I was gonna say what's going on with the video. I do gotta say, like, so far it hasn't given us much, but at the same time it's giving us a lot of the story. Because in terms of like still images, or at least showing like characters, is that if you like deep analyze it, you might find a lot, and you also may find things that you should probably are just over analyzing. But on this one is the whole idea is just making it like a little bit vague, just making the whole, I want to say like the whole like story vague base. Oh, was that something more? Not really. Yeah, also season 3 got announced, so that I guess that there is that. But yeah, like, but yeah, like I'm not really gonna do like deep analyze it because it's just too much work, and I don't want to like be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Just being like the fucking Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's like holding a drink. He's like, yeah, that. Like, yeah. Conformity for nature has no connection, whatever we right or wrong. I feel like that sort of makes sense. Oh, nature. In terms of like perspective, because nature is just there. What? Because if you think it's wrong to have nature, it's just uh, an opinion, and it doesn't do anything. It's just coexist. It doesn't do anything bad. It doesn't do anything wrong, bad, good either. For example, but anyways, moving on. For example, in this a scene or a still image, whatever you want, whatever you want to call it, it was just like her psychological or his psyche is has down upright down or going downhill, and she probably did something really 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 bad to be in that shocking moment. It probably be involved with the protagonist, or it probably be involved with something else. It's probably involving something involving the main core. Otherwise, it wouldn't really make sense. On this one, it's just showing that possibly these two might have like some sort of alliance, maybe have some sort of history. I don't know. I'm not really going to be involved into it. I believe this one was the brother of the female main character. Uh, it may seem that he might be involved with something bigger, or might have something been involved with something, 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 something. And there's the filming cast, which I believe by the end of the first season, she became more. I don't, it's not confident, but she began to acknowledge more people. I believe, because I guess it's spoilers since season one, even though the show has been out for years. From what I remember is that she got sick. She got sent back to the boat, and the protagonist became the new leader of his crew. Because they got signed out to an Iceland. They were the violent groups and all that kind of jazz. I believe they were supposed to be taking like the leaders out or something like that. I can't remember. Anyways, she was like I believe upset that a lot of things happened and nobody knew about it, or she didn't knew about it, or something like that around those lines. I believe on this one, actually, I don't believe, I have no fucking clue. But possibly on this one, the protagonist might enjoy joining with the student council, because believe that was part of the reason why the whole like battle on the boat thingy happened. But I could be wrong. That one's a new character. I don't think I've seen her before, so I'm assuming it's a new character. And based on this one, she probably pulled off something that she possibly think it was right. Just as a first season, she tried to blackmail the protagonist using sexual harassment, or like, yeah, using sexual harassment by grabbing his hand and touching her body and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, and I feel like this might be some sort of follow up to the first scene that we seen. I can't really tell because I don't know if my quality is like low, but she might be dead. She might be unconscious, or maybe she's just having like some sort of panic attack. I'm mostly saying dead, or I'm using the loose term because if I'm not mistaken, this looks like blood. I could be wrong. And based on at least this one's, it sort of feels like it. As I say, I could be wrong. I'm not denying it, no, agreeing with it. The language of truth is simple. Letter from a stoic. Truth is simple, but I feel like it's not that simple. But that's a whole different topic. I'm just focusing on that, on the this. And involve some sort of school festival, I guess. Okay, I'm probably going to be just cutting off the whole analysis because I'm probably going to spend like at least hours on this. Anyways, the animation looks the same, oddly enough. I don't know why it looks the same, but it feels the same as the first season. It doesn't really have anything different. Oh, funny enough, Classroom of the Elite season 2 trailer explained. I guess you guys can go to its Asu Sensei to see if you can find more explanations on season 2. The video has been out for 2 months. There's that. So yeah, that's fine. Made in Abyss is probably something I'm not really going to watch because I never finished season 1. And but if I do, I believe it has a movie as well. The second season of Made in Abyss directed after the events of Made in Abyss Fukaki Tamashi no Reime. The third installment of Made in Abyss covers the adventures of Reg, Riko, and Nanashi in the 6th layer, the capital of the Unreturn. Let me look this up because I'm pretty. Because this is, I believe, like a third act. I'm pretty sure this sounds like a third act. Because I don't. Alright, then I'm pressing the wrong button. Yeah, I think. Okay, that's going well. Anyways, yeah. I don't really. Anyways, I'm breaking my head too much on this one. Let's just leave this right here. I don't know if I'll watch it. I had to watch the first season and then watch the movie. But if I do watch it, then I'll probably watch it. I just haven't get the chance to watch it because was busy at work. Now I'm trying to go back to school and just yeah. Anyways, let's cut this one short. And Yofukashi no Uta, Wrack by Insomnia and Wanderlust. Ko Yamori is driven into the moonlit street overnight in an aimless search for something he can't seem to name. His nightly rituals marked by purposely introduction into he meets Nasuna, who might just be an empire whose new companion could offer him dark gifts and a vampire immortality, but there are conditions that must be met before Ku can sink his teeth into the prison, and he'll have to discover just how far he's going to go, satisfy his desire before he can hit the Kaufman Night. This is probably, I don't want to say a show, but I've seen a lot of like fan art on like Instagram and social media of the main female lead, which at some degree I was like interested on it, but at the same time I was like, oh, it's just there, whatever. Like I don't comprehend where it's coming from, but now it makes sense. And I don't want to say there's a lot of vampirism like or vampiric shows. Boy, Miss Girls. And I completely forgot to turn on the music on that. Huh, that's me. Ooh. Okay. I don't know why the color palette doesn't really like appeal to me. I don't know why. It could probably just be me that doesn't really get appealed by this kind of art style, but I could be wrong. It could be like really fantastic. I'd say like not all the shows heavily relies on art. It also relies on the story plot. The Ranking of Kings had like this like childish like kids like art style or animation, and yeah, and now it's like, hey, this is this. What is going on? So yeah, do I think it's gonna be something great? Probably. I do gotta say, I really like the idea of having creepy nuts playing music for an anime. I don't know why. It's just something so fascinating to me. It's just great. Anyways, the art style, I probably say something I can't get into it, but I could be mistaken. Like this first couple of shots where they're showing like the first two male characters is like great. Then we jump into this one and the art looks not that great. I could be assuming based on this solely because one, the light that is like showing their faces, like on that one, it looks so vivid that the characters can barely stand out, and it just looks weird. I don't know why. It's just me. And then it comes into like frame, and those light BB lights are out, and there's this. So I could be mistaken about this. Boy meets vampire. No, your classical boy meets girl type of thing. And I think another thing is like, I guess this, but it's probably just be me. It could be a fantastic show. Who knows? But then again, it mostly depends on how the animation studio decides to animate this. Anyways, let's cut this off because I already spent. This has gone for almost an hour, and I already have covered like 5 shows. So either I'm taking my sweetest time, or I'm taking my sweet time, or something's going on because it has been going for quite some time. Anyways, let's go this short. Tensei Keija no Isekai Life Daini no Shokugyu wo ete Sekai Saikyu no Narimashita. Okay, this one is just pure garbage. Like, I really love fantasy. I love reading fantasy, but this show specifically just makes me feel so bored. Like instead of animating other stuff that has like a lot of great potential in terms of like storytelling, there's this, and I'm slightly upset about it. Do I think it's a bad show or a bad thing? Maybe. It's not that great. It's just generic. The art style looks good. I feel like this is going to be like something that it goes from. We just play that up from the beginning. I feel like this is going to be like something like that goes from um, animation over story telling.
冒険者に次ぐ現在万に近い魔物がこのファスタンへ向かっている。
みんな15分で終わらせるぞ。
準備完了。いつでもいいよ。私の力で運ぶわ。さあ飛び込んで。
皆さんしっかり捕まっててください。
正気。
マジかよ。無理するな。お前テーマーだろ。
問題ない。焼き尽くせ。終焉の効果。僕ら誰もが
Where I know that voice, but I can't tell who it is. I recognize the voice, but I can't tell who it is. I said, it's not Eve. This whole show screams generic all the way through. It's like, what would be a good example? It's like, let's put it like this. It's like, let's mix up, like, for example, Soul Leveling, which is like really popular at this point. And I don't think there's people that who doesn't know about the show. That's just me. Anyways, let's mix that up with what would be a good example? I'm looking at my own books because I don't even know what's a good example. No, that's not even good examples. Okay, so anyways, the protagonist is so overpowered, and he finds these like slimes, and ended up like having. Okay, let me put it like this: it's solo leveling mixed with shit. First of all, let me put this up. Second of all, what's the name of the Grace of the Gods, I believe, because the protagonist has a lot of like slimes on the Grace of the Gods, and he doesn't use them to fight or level up. He uses them as like team monsters, where each slime or large slime, if you want to put it like that, has a use for a team. Unlike this one, which is I believe is mostly used for combat, and there is just Seret because the protagonist is so fucking overpowered. Am I saying that the show is bad? Probably. Most likely. That's just me. That's just my opinion. Am I watching this? I'll probably give it a go for like 3 episodes and then call it quits. Because if it doesn't interest me on like at least on the format of like reading the manga for it, then it's not going to interest me of like watching the anime. That's just me. And I know I'm like skipping a couple of like shows, like I'm skipping the Machi season 4. This one, which is something that I read a little bit, but I'm probably gonna cut it off because I'm probably not gonna watch it. I'm skipping this one because like my ex-girlfriend is my stepsister. And I probably it's gonna be like a guilt pressure where what's it called, where I just watch it like one episode and be like, yeah, that's it. I'm not touching that anymore. But a high schooler is a high school. High school. Is there any better place to start fresh after a horrible middle school relationship? Nope. Not unless your ex ends up in the same school as you and is now your stepsister. What was supposed to be a sanctuary of peace where I could avoid ever seeing her again has become a living nightmare. Everywhere I look, I see her in my house, in my school, in my class. There is no escape. She even claims that she's an older sibling, like hell she is, but I won't lose that to her. After all, I'm the older brother in this new family situation. That's right, we are family now. No matter how much we may have saw, we love each other better for. We saw one another's true color and realized we were meant for each other. That's why even though we may keep up a body sibling act for the sake of our parents, things will never go back to the way they used to be. Yeah. I don't think I'm watching this shit. I don't think I'm watching that. Anyways, probably something I'm like sort of looking forward to, and I'm a little bit at the same time a little bit skeptical on how they're going to pull it off. Is Isekai make you not the harem? Whoa. Sharing with life and society society, high school student Michio Kaga wonder, wonders about the internet and lands on an odd website. The website features a number of questions and a point-based system. I also want to create skills and ability for each character. Upon completing his character, Kaga was transported to a game-like fantasy world of and reborn as a strong man who can claim idol level girls, thus beginning the cheat and harem legend of a reborn man. So the reason why I say I'm interested in this and is because I read the manga. I read a little of the manga for it, and I'm really think it's great. The thing that I'm a little skeptical and curious about is how exactly are they going to pull it off? Because on the story from what I've read, it has sex in it. I don't know how to put it in a gentle way. It has sex, and the protagonist buys the slaves, which is a little bit more questionable, at least on the western side, because we live in America. Let's be fucking honest. Or live in America. Anyways, let's watch the trailer. How it goes. Also, the description that I've read is not even accurate at all. Because, or what's it called?
テレビアニメーション異世界迷宮でハーレムをご覧の時間から放送開始です
What's it called? The protagonist started like, "Oh yeah, this is my fucking world," type of thing, and yada 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 yada. And then, once he got hurt, he's like, "Fuck, man, I am dealing with this shit." So yeah. I don't know how to put how else to put it. Also, that's let me go back. Where is she at? So this is scene. This scene by itself is like the beginning of most of the beginning of the story. Beginning like maybe like 1 or 2 chapters. But this girl, as you can tell, is a slave. That'll be his slave, who is like right here. Yeah. Anyways, probably going to skip some of the shows because I'll be going for like an hour, and it's gonna take a long time for this to be done. And I want to do other stuff, or have to do other stuff to make sad. As much as I would love to keep going with this, I got things to do. And it won't really be convenient for me if I spend all my time just, or at least like following like 2-3 hours doing this. Maybe if like I start getting a little bit more into YouTube and start making like a little bit more, I start making like an passive income out of it, I wouldn't mind spending like maybe like 2-3 hours on a stream like this, just sitting around chatting, looking at whatever like anime is coming up, because I think it would be fun to do with other people, or at least getting like opinions of what shows they might watch, just for fun, you know. Anyways, Ruby Hyosetsu Teikoku Ruby Ice Kingdom presents Ruby is beautiful to the anime visuals. Ruby imagines a world filled with horrific monsters bent on death and destruction, and humanity only its hope is the end with powerful huntsmen and huntresses. Ruby Rose, Weishney, Blake Belladonna, and Jang Shio Long are 4 such huntresses in training whose journey will take them far past the ground of their school, Beacon Academy. Through each may be powerful on their own, these four girls must overcome dark forces and work as a team if they truly hope to become the next generation of Remnants protectors. The first three episodes, Crunchyroll June 24, which is 2 days of this stream. For anybody who may be watching at some point later on, or if I would decide to upload this permanently, who knows? Anyways, I don't know what to say about this. I want to say this entire show is a revamp, a 2D revamp of the original Ruby, but in 2D. For those of you who doesn't know about this, Ruby is the original Ruby is a 3D animation created by Rooster Teeth, and the original creator died after like season 2 or 3, unfortunately due to no food poisoning, allergies. He consumed something that I believe he wasn't aware that he was allergic to, and he was gone after that. I don't know how else to put it in a lightly way. So yeah. Anyways, let's watch this. Oh, I forgot about that. I do gotta say there's some things that like I'm a little bit questioning in terms of animation. I do gotta say, okay, I have mixed feelings on this. I have mixed feelings.
君たちは戦士として訓練を受けてきた。在学中の4年間はチームで行動する。
大した努力もなしにリーダーになったことがそんなに嬉しいの？偉そうに大っ嫌い。
君をリーダーにしたことを間違いとは思わない。どう責任を全うすべきかじっくり考えるといい。
黙ってないで何か言いなよ。どうしたらいいかわからないんです。ちゃんと戦えるって知ってほしいだけ。
I don't know. Maybe it's just me being a little bit. I don't know. It's a little bit dumb, weird about it. But I would love to see the original trailers just 2D animated, because the original one has like 4 different trailers for each of each of the main characters, as like some sort of like introduction before the original show got introduced. And some of the scenes are like from there. Like I believe this one was from the original trailers. This one, actually, I like this one. I don't know why. Let's see. Part of the original ones was that's part of the original like Ruby Rose trailer. That's part of the original Wish Sneeze. Part of the original Plague. Anyways, that I'm probably gonna be like just rambling about this. So let me just cut this a little bit short, because I had like a little bit of an issue. Mostly because I guess it's just me being a perfectionist, or me being trying to like be intrigued with art, because the art looks good, but the little thing about it, the little tiny thing about it that bothered me for some reason, is the eye. The scar on the eye looks bigger for some reason, comparing to Like, let's say this one. But then again, the size um of the character is different compared to the one over here, which I can find real quick, which is a little bit closer to the screen. But at the same time, I guess I'm being a little bit weird about it. This one, like the scar looks a little bit smaller. I guess I'm just trying to be a perfectionist. But yeah, that's just me. It's like that trying to make the stand that out. Hopefully they fix that up. If not, then oh well. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just a viewer like almost everyone else. I do gotta say, I find it interesting on how they decided to animate the Grims on 2D instead of 3D. Because I felt like in terms of animation, the Grim would look a little bit better on 3D. But then again, I came from the original show, so seeing it as in 3D is something I'm more used to more than 2D. But yeah, that's part of the original trailer. I do gotta say, I really like how the weapons are designed, especially the sign for the main lead. I don't know, it looks so gorgeous. It's just me. I guess it's mostly because I really like the second equivalent of the weapon, which is a sniper. That oh oh my goodness, wasn't expecting to find this. That's great. Moving on. Moving on. I don't know, something about it looks weird. Maybe just stop in like a really odd place. Also, I really want to see something. It was here on the left. Yeah, this is definitely taking like the first season coming up, which is like really short. So I'm wondering if they're going to make mixing up the first and the second season in one series. If not, like how long are they going to produce it? Because at first, my knowledge goes, the original Ruby series has gone out for 8 or 9 seasons so far. So they have a lot of material. And there's also mangas, novels, or comics to be more exact, comics, mangas, and all kinds of sorts of media for it. Even a tabletop game, which I'm still waiting on to have a more official release, but that's a different topic. Anyways, Isekai Ojisan. I saw the trailer a long time ago on this one, and I find it really unique because there isn't that many isekai stories or reverse isekai stories. I do own a series that is a reverse isekai, and it still has like some sort of like magic elements. But if I could be mistaken on this, but hopefully this one is more like, oh hey, he went back to his world. There's no magic, or there's nothing involving any of those sort of like him being overpowered. Because most of the like reverse isekais that I haven't came across is just the same thing. Protagonist goes back to his world and he is still overpowered. He can like leap through buildings or stop time or see their status or something like around those lines. So yeah. Anyways, 17 years ago, Takafumi uncle fell into a coma, but now he's back like a man rising from his grave. Soon Takafumi discovers two bizarre things. His uncle treasures video games above all else, and while comatose, he was actually transported to another world, some heroic guardian. Now, not only does Takafumi have to room with an uncle who's illegally magical, he also has to catch the guy up to 2 decades of history, smartphones, high-speed internet, modern anime tropes, and the traumatic outcome of the 90s console war. I feel that. I felt that. The console war. I felt that. I'm not that old. At least I like to think. Like I feel like I'm still like a little bit young compared to like. Okay, so like I don't know. I don't know how to put it. Anyways, but I felt the whole thing of the console war. But based on what I've read, it sounds like it's going to be something that I sort of predicted, which I was hoping that it wasn't. Well, can't do anything about it. Kadokawa. And the volume's not.
2017年秋、17歳の時にトラックにはねられ
Oh, checking, like always.
ツンデレ概念の一般化は2004年頃、おじさんが旅立った4年後である。
I'm not gonna say if anything, I'll probably just be trying to find the manga for it or a line novel for it so I can just read it. Because I really find the concept of it reverse isekai is like really fascinating. I really find this kind of thing is like fascinating for some reason. I'm definitely going to find like, oh, it's a manga. Oh, even better. That's even better. I'm definitely going to read that. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to say. Like it's just a reverse guy. Apparently he gets his powers back after he comes back to his original world. I do gotta ask, cause it has come in some, I believe, in some stories that I have read or came across with that, like for example, well, not really I came across with, but uh, there was a part timer. Morcrack just kept going to the reverse isekai or world, if you, whatever you want to call it. Um, and they spend time there and they go back. I wonder if there's gonna be like the same thing where he, what's it called, where his old companions can go back or goes to his world and be able to come back to their world. Because I think I've seen a couple of mangas like that. So I'm a little bit intrigued on this one. I probably say that at the beginning of the whole thing, or at the beginning of the topic, but I'm really excited for this. I don't know, something about it just makes me feel a little bit giddy. Uh, Hoshi no Samidare. One day, a college student, Yuhi Amamiya, is approached by talking Lisa Sir Noe Crescent. Crescent immediately launches into a fantastical story, The Powerful Mage. Animus intends to destroy the earth with his biscuit hammer, a huge contraption looming high in Earth's orbit. Earth's only hope lies with the princess and her best knights, whose task is to protect the princess and defeat Animus. Yuhi is chosen as the Elysian Beast Knight and decides his misgiving is quickly forced to defend himself from a goblin created by the mage. He is saved by his neighbor, the loyalty to here. However, the visitor's knight tends to accept the heirs at all. She lets Yuhi in on a real motivation to prevent Anubis from destroying the earth, only to the inhaled by planet by her own hand. Continues to fire attacks. The fuck am I reading? Villa. Closer to save the air. True self. I'm into this shit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. The title doesn't make even remotely sense. What am I reading? What am I reading? I don't even comprehend.
雨宮夕日のもとに現れた一匹のトカゲ。この星を救ってほしいという願いに、夕日が取った行動とは。願いを断る間もなく、敵に襲われる夕日。絶体絶命の夕日を救ったのは、お隣に住む少女、サミダレだった。しかし、デタラメな強さを誇るサミダレには、ある秘密があった。テレビアニメ星のサミダレ、2022年7月、放送開始。絶対
That didn't give me enough information to digest this. My whole brain is just thinking of those like Shinobi's like type of like stories where the protagonist doesn't really mature or is still like believes like child dreams question mark. My whole brain just thinks like that on this one. I cannot comprehend it. I feel like I probably have to watch a couple of episodes to comprehend it. Because I legit do not understand the concept of the story. I don't know. That's just me. Oh my goodness. Please look. Okay then, downtown. Actually, let me read this. Licorice Recoil. Licorice Recoil is a cafe with a traditional Japanese twist located in downtown Tokyo. But the delicious coffee and sugary sweets are not the only orders in this cafe takes. From delivery packages short distance to pick up and drop offs. On the lonely streets at night to zombies and giant monsters extermination. Whatever your problem, we are here to help. We will solve. Where was I? We will solve any kind of trouble you may have waiting for you. Are the every smiling poster girls and the cool, serious newcomer, a petite girl who never wants to work, and a young woman approaching tourist who wants to get married. And the manager is a nice guy who's obsessed with Japan. Whatever your order is, leave it up to us. I can relate to all the characters in one go. Like I'm partially more like, well, I'm not opposed to her because I don't even look like that. I'm not a petite girl. I honestly don't really want to work, but like I understand that I need to work, so it's something that's like obligatory for me. A young woman approaching her 30s. I'm 26. I'm a guy. I'm not married. I have no kids, nor a significant other. And a guy who's obsessed with Japan. I'm a little bit. I used to be like a real obsessed with Japan. Now it's like I want to go, but if I don't go, it's cool. I just want to visit. But at the same time, I want to visit like other countries. But that's just me. I want to go to Brazil to see the carnival. No, I'm just kidding. That actually doesn't sound like a bad thing. Ooh, that's copyrighted. I don't know how to feel about you. Probably be assist because you probably be playing a lot of copyright music. Uh, okay, I mean, I don't think it sold me that well on like the plot, but it looks interesting to say the least. That's the best I can say. Anyways, Kuru no Chukanchi. I'm a little excited for this one because I read a couple of chapters and well, a few chapters. I'm excited. I think I read like maybe like two, three, and from what I've sounds like I spoiling in a sense, is that he's a really sort of loser, and I'm kind of excited for that because I'm also the same thing. I can relate to that. No, I'm just kidding. Um, waking up in a strange new place with no memory of his past, Calvin learns that he's bartered away those very memories in exchange for powerful new abilities during his recent transmigration, heading out into a whole new world this summer with his first follower being the very goddess who brought him over. Kelvin begins his new life as an adventurer, and it isn't long before he discovers his hidden disposition as a battle junkie. From the black night of the ancient castle of evil spirits to the demon within the hidden caves of the sage, he rebels into the fight against one formidable foe after another. Join this OP adventure of in an exciting and epic saga as he and his allies carve their way into the annals of history. That sounds so weird. My brain saw that I was saying a whole different thing. I don't know why. I don't know why. Anyways, yeah. I want to say, you know what? I'm not going to reveal it because there's like some truth in there on what exactly it meant as like a story plot wise. So I'm just going to keep it as it is. Anyways, let's watch this and see if we can find something out.
神様の手違いの事故で死んじまった俺は別の世界で新しい生活を送ることになるらしい。お前は思いっきり好きに生きてくれよ。頼むぜケルビン。お前を討伐にってのが目的だったんだが日が変わった。俺は召喚師のケルビン。お前と契約したい。
QQ share.
転生を司る神である私に配下になれとおっしゃった方は
Okay, that's different.
待ってくださいね。キキンキン。
小僧、本気で来い。でなければ意味がないぞ。
今まで本でしか見たことのない営み。楽しいに決まってるじゃない。竜、天使と並んで悪魔は最強種の一角です。
これが S 級モンスターの次元か。
悪い癖が出ちゃってますね。
絶大な力を前にすると自分を抑えられないようだ。
お前ほどの強敵に会ったことがなかった。
Oh no 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 no! My guy, that is so bad. Oh my god! Look at this! Just look at this! Boy, it's full CGI. Oh my god, it looks so stiff as well. Like, I feel like that could have just be easily animated. Why did they have to make it like 3D? Oh my god, that's just no. I feel like that's so wrong. Moving out of that, this scene solely, I guess I can explain it. The main reason why he asked her to be his companion It's not really a big spoiler because I mean it got revealed in the trailer, but he asked her to be his companion because she was truly beautiful. She was like the most beautiful thing that he ever came across, and he wanted her, so he gave up his memories of for her. That's now that's counts more as a spoiler. Anyways, um, so let me just check how many shows I'm probably going to be adding to the list, because I'm pretty damn sure that I'm not really going to be watching all of them, and I'm probably going to be forgetting about some of the shows. Definitely will be probably forgetting about it. Uh, anyways, Isekai Yakyuku. Uh, a young pharmacologist and researcher in Japan died from overworking and was reincarnated in a medieval parallel Europe. He was reincarnated as a 10-year-old apprentice to a famous royal court pharmacist, has attained inhumane skills and ability to see through diseases, materials creation, and materials destruction. In a society in which dubious medical practices are rampant, prices gouging through the monopoly of the pharmacist guild, and good medicine aren't available to the commoners, he was recognized by the emperor at the time and opened up a pharmacy on the corner of the town. He will wipe out the fraud that has swept the world and deliver to the commoners a true effective medicine that was developed using present day pharmacology. Thus, the boy pharmacist would cheat by using his previous knowledge to create. Oh, fudge. Oh. To create innovative medicines while helping the people of the product world. Sorry about oof, about living his new life to the fullest this time. This is actually something that I've read, at least maybe like one or two chapters. And to be honest, I'm honestly intrigued on this one. I really, really, really hope that it doesn't turn out to be like the pharmacist like anime that was, I want to say, bad. I'm really praying that they make a really good story out of this one. I don't even know why I turned that up. I'm probably going to be clicking on this already. I don't know. My brain is start thinking of CS:GO and this like at the moment that first couple of seconds started. Wait, is this a song? Who is the artist for this? I really want to know who's the artist. If there's a song. If that's a song. Honestly, it looks nice. I think I found my best girl of the season. Add me if you want. I don't know. I really have a thing for like girls with white hair. I prefer them like short hair, but that's just me. I'm really, really intrigued on this one, and just only from the trailer, it just looks interesting. My brain is thinking of Boichi for some reason, which is like a manga artist. When I hear the soundtrack, it makes me think of Doctor Stone for some reason. And Boichi is pretty much the artist for that one, so that's probably why it kind of correlates to that. Anyways, I'm really, really excited for that one. Mentally, yes. Physically, probably not. Or timely, I guess it makes sense a little more. This one the next one is a little bit more interesting for me. It's a little bit more close to my, I won't say my childhood because of the artist. But Current the Chase, this one is created by the same author as Shaman King. I used to watch a lot of Shaman King as a kid, and when the series got rebooted, I just completely forgot about it, and I'm still waiting to watch it, even though I can easily watch it on Netflix. But that's just me being dumb about it. Anyways, Bushigire. In the era when samurai controlled Japan, the masked demon annihilates all but one member of the Shinsengumi, who had worked to maintain the peace and public order in Kyoto. Seven criminals are choosing to substitute for the deceased Shinsengumi members, and they are led by Ichiban Boshi, whose parents were also killed by the masked demons. He becomes a substitute for Commander Isami Kondo and goes after the masked demons with the other substitutes to avenge his parents' deaths. Former criminals rise up to restore peace and order as their crazy story begins. Now is the time to shine the brightest. Oh, I didn't even copy the text. Uh, I gotta say this has gone for a while. I don't. It's been like almost 2 hours. Oh my goodness. Well, it's an hour and a half, but this has been going for a while. Ah,
俺が生まれるずっと前どっかの誰かがこの世界をクソみたいにしちまった
I want to say this is a different anime studio
死罪となった一度死の
from the what's it called creators of or the anime studio that created the Shaman King reboot.
事なればそのまま死刑し家族の仇を取り留めろ
But I have to say, at some degree, uh, the art style looks different from at least from that's about it. At least from the reboot, because I don't. Or maybe it's just the animation studio. Maybe it's just an animation studio. But I don't really think the animation studios were willing to go the extra mile to change the art style for something that's already established. But the art style looks impressive. I probably say I was a little bit skeptical on like the first couple of scenes, like especially on this one, because I was like that doesn't really make sense to me on why it looks like low quality, and then it moved to this, which makes a little bit more sense on how the art style is different. And there's just I guess look-alike from the protagonist from Shaman King, but in terms of like how the art style looks different, uh, it does looks different from the original. I guess story. I don't know which one came first. If this one came first, or if the original story from Shaman or the Shaman King story came first. Because I believe as of right now, the author is working on Shaman King stories. I believe. If not, he's working on something completely different. But this is something that it picked my interest mostly because of the author, because I really like his work. Hopefully, this one is actually interesting as his previous work. And this one is a little bit of something that I really enjoy. I don't think I watched the original, like the first Uta Ware Rumono story, but I believe I read the quote unquote sequel of the story, quote unquote. I'm using illustrations quotations because it's a whole different protagonist. Um, but it's Uta Wareru Mono Futari no Hakoro. Shosen has Chaos has taken hold of the land as a conniving general has unlawfully seized the throne of the mighty Yamato Empire. The only one that stands in his way are a couple of familiar faces who must rally different kingdoms together and fight against the powerful imperial army. As far as I'm aware, this entire story or show, a story technically, because it's based out of a game, involves a lot of like I believe politics, and it was an JRPG, which I believe the first two games are based off this guy actually, the guy on the thumbnail. The anime sequel, quote unquote sequel, is based on a whole different person. And there's no audio. Sick, but at the same time, it feels powerful. Oddly enough, I don't know why. It just feels different. Especially that song. That song, I believe, is part of the original series, if not part of the sequel anime. And the way that they just translating the different lines around is just amazing. But that's not that's the main thing about it. I know I'm rambling about like everything else except for the shows. But I do gotta say the quality looks great. Like here's a probably a example of like CGI blending in. How it blends out a little bit better. It doesn't stand out like so something like that. I guess like the previous fucking show with. Anyways, I shouldn't be cursing. I do try to like calm that out. Cause I curse a lot. Anyways, almost done. Hopefully, I think that's about it. I mean, there is Orient, but I never seen the first season of Orient. I started watching, I just haven't come around it, so it's not something that I'll be like, yeah, I'll be watching that out. At least in terms of things that I wanted to watch, that's about it. I don't know. I don't really like shows I'm interested that much on this season. That's what I like to believe. From like last season, Aoshi's like great in terms of like soccer, and I've been wanting to watch Summertime Render, which I I'm hoping that's as good as well, because I have came across a lot of it, and it's really good. At least from what I've seen. And there's also the Dr. Stone Ryuse, which is like a special TV episode showcasing, I believe, one of the characters, Ryuse Nanami. There's also the Cyberpunk Age Runners on Netflix, which got announced on Cyberpunk 2077 release date, I believe. Bastard is something I'm not really sure. I do gotta finish Tiger and Bunny. Season 1 was pretty good. Season 2 is also coming out along pretty well. Boku no Hero Academia. Season 5? Originally of the first episodes. Blah 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 blah. You know, I don't really care much about this. I care more about My Hero Academia Vigilantes Season 1 coming up I care more about that more than this. Where's my mouse actually? I care more about that more than this. Because the manga just, I believe, wrap up a couple of weeks ago, if not a month ago, and it's just such a good show. I mean, read. I'm just waiting for the books to be released so I can just keep buying them. I did start watching Kingdom. I believe I'm on episode 3 or 4. So I'm probably gonna keep watching that until I finish season 4. Until season 4 is over, and then I can just binge watch the whole thing. Whatever comes first. KJ Files. The story is set on a world where unique kaiju suddenly begins to appear in various places around the world. Members of the United Nations Monsters of the Story will explore a world where kaijus with great power. Actually, I'm a little interested in this, just a tiny bit. Copy. Cause what's it called? I have been reading Monster number 8, and I think it's really great. There is no trailer for it. Wow. Okay, you got me. Nobody's publishing you. Nobody except for pirates. Anyways, yeah, I don't really think there's much that I'm interested on. Maybe this one, but not really. That's pretty much about it. This took probably longer than I expected. Honestly. And yeah, hopefully we get some really good shows this season. If things go well, if things doesn't go well, then oh well. There's always a fall season with My Hero Academia upon season 6 and Bleach coming up and all this sort of shows that I'm not really going to divulge or get into it because one is still like months ahead, and sometimes they change things within like a month or so. And yeah, same thing with shows like that hasn't been even announced. Chainsaw has been supposedly released this year. It hasn't happened. I believe it got pushed back. I wasn't even aware of this. I wasn't even aware. Goblin Slayer season 2, I think it got pushed back. I believe. There's so many shows that have either getting pushed back or has been announced for who knows when. And hopefully some of those shows comes back. Wait, Menkaku City Reload hasn't come out, even though it got announced. I want to say over like years. Oh my goodness, it's been quite some time. But what's it called? I believe. Oh, I'm excited for this. I actually own two bunch of it. Anyways, I believe the way the animation works, bruh. Back on 2010, that thing is long forgetting, my guy. Anyways, I believe they have like a 5-year production contract. So, if I'm not mistaken, the way it works, because I believe I saw it on either GigaX or somebody else. But the way they work is that the first year, or at least the first year that they work within like okay, they work within a 5 year window. The fifth year is when I believe the first year is when they make the contract for the anime to be announced or be released in certain time or certain date. And after the second year is when I believe it start trying to get funds. Year three is when they start working on production or co-production, I guess. Trying to like guess like some no. Season two is pre-production, I believe. Year three is production. No. Year two is no. I'm just speculating mostly because year one is like literally the first year they made the contract and they just put it on the shelves. So once the date gets closer, they kind of start bringing people in, like directors, sound artists, soundboard producers, voice actors, and all kinds of jazz. Uh, there is the first year is that. Second year is when I started looking for the people, like in terms of like production wise. Probably. Year three is when they start working on terms of storytelling. Year four is when they start releasing like trailers and whatnot. And year five is when they start releasing the episodes. I could be mistaken. It's just a speculation on my part because I don't remember how exactly the video went on that point. So, yeah. A fourth season for Kuli Kui. Oh wow. But I changed things a little bit. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. But that's a little bit great, I guess. Oh yeah, there's some shows that has been announced or has been announced for like years. I'm actually reading this. Oh my goodness. And it hasn't been released whatsoever. And I'm honestly excited. I also read this. Anything involving war and I don't want to be like reading it. Because if it's the thing what I think it is, I don't want to read it. But yeah. Rick and Morty the anime. Great. But yeah, there's so much coming up. And hopefully some of the shows are really, really great. If not, then there's nothing that can be done. Hi, drivers. Anyways, the more that I keep looking at this, the more time I take you guys from doing stuff, and the more time I take from myself doing stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoy this stream, 2 hour stream long. And if things go well, then I may make things a little bit longer, depending on how things goes and how this video is received. And yeah. So, yeah. Hopefully everyone had a good morning or a good day, wherever you guys are, even a good night. And I'll let you guys just swing with the sound of the jazz and have a good one.